No way.
Yeah!
Yeah, so it looks like a layered cake. So remember you asked me why the cave's named Crystal Ball Cave?
Crystal ball.
That's what the families called it when they found it.
We're out here in the West Desert, about 100 miles west of Delta, and it's supposed to be all desert and barren, but if you look around us, we found a little oasis here at the Bates family ranch. We're gonna go and take a tour of Crystal Ball Cave, but right now, we're headed out to the Warm Springs, and we're all gonna take a little dip, and it's gonna be the bath for these guys, but don't tell them that. Tell them we're just having fun. You guys ready to go? Yeah? You guys don't sound very excited.
Woo!
All right. Let's get out of here.
So a lot of people, when they come, they go to Crystal Ball and then they go the Warm Spring and the Slot Canyon. We kind of try to tell people, while you're out here, hit these different things. The spring is about 2 miles from the campground. It's about 81 degrees year round. The water's crystal clear. What about that?
Yeah, that'll work great. That's a great one. Walker, this is a perfect one. You want to see me skip it so you know how?
Okay, move, get back.
Yeah.
Just don't get
All right, now the pressure's on.
Did it skip?
Yeah, it skipped a couple times.
There's a little kind of cave you can go back into if you choose to. You don't have to put your head underwater or anything. Just take your little flashlight back in there and it's really cool.
Hey guys. How's it going?
Hi, you're blinding me. I can't see stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool, huh?
Look at that. We got Holy crap, it's up to my shoulder. Guys, there's a mini tunnel. A mini tunnel for flies.
The Warm Springs are cool, but one of the coolest things is this little cavern that's tucked back under some greenery, and it opens up into this cool little cave, and we've been having some fun, huh?
Yeah, if you look under, it's so clear and it's so pretty.
And you guys have been diving under?
Yeah. I had a lot of fun in the Warm Springs. There was a lot of like cool plants hanging down that were tripping a lot of cold water. You swim under those. There's a little space between them and the water, and then there's like this little cave that opens up.
My favorite thing about the Warm Springs was probably the underwater cave, which I like to say the water leads the way, or like the light leads the way, because in the water, when you had no flashlights or anything, the water would just glow. Then once you got to the bigger area, it would stop glowing for a bit, but then it would glow again. And then there was the little arch that I originally thought was just solid, and then Sunny realized that it wasn't, and then we kept swimming in and out of it.
At first it was super clear, but then it got murky because we were working up the place. And then when I was coming up, I bumped my head and elbow.
When we first got here, we were getting in the water. It seemed really cold for a Warm Springs. But now that we've been in it for a little bit, it's actually pretty nice. I've been enjoying the water. And then the cave, it was a little warmer inside the cave too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but then it got cold.
But then it got cold? Why did it get cold?
I don't know why.
It's cold if you stand still.
It'd be perfect if the sun were out right now. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Walker, your lips are blue.
Are they
gotta move.
actually?
Yeah, they're turning purple. Remember how I told you you gotta move? To stay warm? Here, squeeze this in. I know. I've been trying to get him to move.
The Warm Springs were just really fun. They were the best.
The little cave here at Warm Springs was cool, but now we're gonna go see the big one, Crystal Ball Cave.
Crystal Ball Cave is a limestone cave that's almost completely covered in calcite crystal, and it was found by my great-great-uncle George Sims in 1956.
Wow. Your family's been playing out there for a long time.
Yeah, so it's kind of like walking inside a giant geode.
What's the coolest thing we're going to see?
I would probably say the cave cones are my favorite because they're unique, and then they have the really cool tone to that one, to one of them that is actually hollow.
Oh, cool. All right, let's go check them out.
Okay. So the original entrance to the cave was actually right here.
Oh.
So they sealed that off in the 80s. The doors were put on in the mid 70s by the Timpanogos Grotto Club. So that caving club, they came and helped put doors on entrance and exit. As we go in, we just need to watch our head right here, and then there's gonna be rock above you for those of you to also just be careful. We don't wanna touch anything in the cave unless I say we can, because our cave is alive and growing. And if we touch things in the cave, it actually stops the cave from growing. It won't start again. We'll go in, and then I'll come back and lock this door since we're going out the other side. So we go about 650 feet of trail through the mountain out a different door. So this is the biggest room of the cave. And when they first found the cave, they actually thought that this is it. And then it just keeps on going. We have stalactites. So remember, they're the ones that hold tight to the ceiling. Stalagmites are the ones down on the ground. So they grow mighty from the floor, or you might trip on them. Yep. And when they grow together, they form columns. So if you guys look over there so I don't blind you with the big light, that is a column. And you'll see some others through the cave, but that's kind of the best one because it's really good sized. Okay, so this chunk of crystal, this really pretty one on the ground, right here, that shows you what the floors, ceilings, and walls look like on the inside. The really clear bits in that one, that is called Iceland spar. And that was one of the minerals that the family held the mining claim on to hold ownership of the cave.
It was so cool to see the tour guide put her light up to the formations and to be able to see it glow.
So everything in the cave, if it is clean enough, it is actually going to glow. You see that? So on the ceiling, we have the bubbly bits, and they call those cave popcorn. And they say the water level sat there for a long period of time to create a water level ore shelf. And then we have the second mineral that they held the mining claim on, which is gypsum. Gypsum is found in sheetrock. So the walls of your homes contain that type of crystal. But the gypsum looks like this. So we'll walk right by it, but it's kind of like its own little cave system.
There was one that was called the 7-layer wedding cake. And it looked like a layered cake, and it looked like it had people on top, so I'd say that's the way to go with it.
Yeah, so it looks like a layered cake. That's what the families called it when they found it. Yeah, so remember you asked me why the cave's named Crystal Ball Cave?
Crystal ball.
Because of these. So all the rolling boulders of crystal in this area. For these ones that are spiky, they call them dog tooth spar crystal. And then the ones further back in the cave that are more rounded like a turtle shell, kind of in these next sections, they call those nailhead spar crystal.
And there was a thing called bacon, and it sort of made me want to eat it.
We do have cave bacon.
Bacon?
As well. Yeah, cave bacon.
It was like a skinny piece of like crystal or something, and she shined the light and it went straight through it. So that was cool.
These formations down on the bottom are very, very unique. So these are called cave cones or raft cones. They are done growing. They had to grow with water being in the cave. Now, the reason they're not a stalagmite is because we don't have stalactites in this section. Now, the cool thing with these is one of ours is actually hollow, and it should not be. They're supposed to be completely solid. So all the other ones in this cave are solid except for the one I'm gonna go tap on. Now, if I tap any of the others, they don't do anything.
Wow.
So we are halfway through the cave distance-wise. The last tap goes quite a bit quicker because there's low spots of the cave. So, if you guys want to see how dark the cave is, this is where we show you. We'll just start turning off our lights, and you can see. Okay, we're gonna show you guys what a black light looks like in the cave. So we have a third mineable mineral that we didn't know about, and it's actually called calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate is the
awesome.
white veins, and it's used in Tums, it's used in certain toothpaste.
Minor lamps.
Yep, tons of other things. So we're gonna make it glow. So I'll turn off this one. You see that? So everything, yeah, because it's light colored. Everything that's glowing at us is that calcium carbonate. So the cool thing is with it, see how that's glowing green?
After you go, you touch it.
Yeah, so if I hold it here and turn it off, it still glows.
Whoa, that's really cool.
So it's phosphorescent. Okay, we're gonna make our way to the back room. So the back room is really echoey, so we call this one our amphitheater. So once you get back here into this back room, you'll hear it.
I really like the crystal throne and the stump seat next to it, which is made out of crystals.
So this is the crystal throne. It was like this when they found the cave. They did not do anything to it. So you can sit in the bottom of it like this and get your picture taken if you want. You can sit on the bumpy chair to the side too.
I liked hearing all the stories about how it was discovered and just history about the cave. I think it's super cool they found a really old horse leg where it's like before they evolved into the huge horses they are today, when they were like as small as a fox.
So in 2009, like I said, Grandpa found the 4th miniature horse hoof. He found it just right down there on the ground in the soft stuff. So these are not fossilized, just this hoof right here and the ankle bones. Penny's there for size reference for pictures. As we go out the tiny door, watch your head and back, and you need to take a couple more steps than you think you need to, because they have to frame this in, and so there's a board that sticks out, so we don't want to bump. Okay?
It was just so fun, and then to be able to go and look for crystals outside of the cave afterwards was so cool.
Your family has been here for a long time. They found the cave.
Yeah.
They have been in this area for how long? How many years? When did the first
So they
people
first
come?
came to Gandy in 1934.
Wow.
So my kids are the 6th generation on the ranch.
That's really cool. So you do a lot of cave tours.
Yeah, we do.
What else do you do?
We run a campground, we farm, we ranch.
Well, thank you for taking us on that tour.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Sharing your family history with us.
You're welcome.
Definitely fun.
Good, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. So the Slot Canyon's about 6 miles from the ranch. It takes you about 15 to 20 minutes to get out there just because you're kind of down in a sandy wash. So we tell people you're going a little bit slower to get out there. But you kind of go away from everything and think, where the heck is this Slot Canyon? And all of a sudden the road drops off in front of you and you just walk right down into the Slot Canyon. Some people spend about 5 or 10 minutes there, and then we have other people that spend 30 minutes to an hour. So it just depends on how much you want to kind of be down in there and climb up some of the areas. So there's like a lower section and then an upper section that you can climb up to or down to, depending on which way you enter the Slot Canyon. nice and cool down in there. It's not hot or anything. It's kind of like being in the cave. So a lot of people, some people have a picnic in there to avoid the heat.
So fun, cause there's a solo canyon we could show.
Oh yeah, that's where we're at now, huh? So what, did you like going through?
Yeah.
Did you like the climbing up and down?
But it was sort of scary. We saw sheep bones. My favorite part was the slippery rocks.
Did you slide?
Yeah. I got to slide down one on my butt.
Slide down, just like the slippery slide.
It got pack rat poop in it.
Okay, and
Rat poop.
Well, we weren't planning on roasting marshmallows, but the kids talked us into it. All we had were these mini marshmallows. So we're making the best of it. And they're little morsels of
they're gourmet.
gourmet.
What's
There you go.
gourmet?
Bates Family Ranch has been awesome. Kids have had a great time. So we're gonna head out now and get down to the Great Basin National Park, which is right here. So we'll see you there. It's time for our weekly sticker giveaway. And this week's winner is Max Gandy, submitted to us via email. Max is the lucky winner of a Camp Chef stove. Camp Chef is a way to cook outdoors. Visit campchef.com for more information. Congratulations, Max, and be sure to send us an email, message us on Facebook, or leave us a voicemail to claim your prize. Now, let's get back to the trail.
Great Basin's about 45 miles south of us. They've got hiking, lots of hiking there. They've got Lehman's Cave. So those are kind of fun that people check out while they're here too. Especially if you like to hike.
When you were growing up, would you go down there and?
We did, and we actually usually go to the park once a year and do some of the different hikes. We usually take all the kids. My parents take their grandkids and everything, and we go and do at least one hike, if not more. And the lakes are really cool to look at too. Some people put their feet in the water once they get up there, but it is cold. It is mountain water, so it is very cold.
My girls were like, yeah, can we take our swimsuit? We're gonna go to a lake. I'm like, no, but maybe you can put your feet in.
They might change their mind once they feel the water. They might not want to get in. It's pretty cold.
We're hiking on the Alpine Lake Trail in Great Basin. It's crazy, but it's beautiful, and it's really nice, and we haven't made it to the lake yet, but I'm hoping, very much hoping, that it's worth it.
I can't believe nobody else is around the lake right now but us.
Yeah.
And those guys,
It's cold.
newcomers.
It's a little chilly, but not bad.
And this is the
about-
perfect place for me to practice my rock skipping skill.
And Sunny is really into her rock skipping.
Nice.
Good job, Sunny. Well, this is beautiful.
It is. I'm glad we came.
We'll definitely be coming back here again to do
More,
and see more,
for sure.
like the caves.
That was horrible.
We weren't able to get into the caves. We don't have enough time.
There's more lakes.
And Sunny's toe has made it so that we're cutting the hike a little bit short, but we were able to make it up to this lake. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice out here.
I don't recommend swimming in it. It's not as warm as the Warm Springs.
Nope, I stuck my hand in there to find a rock and it was not worth it. I did find the rock and I tried skipping it, but it did not skip. It went kerplunk.
How's your hand? Cold?
Yes, very.
All right. It's been a great family adventure. We came out into the West Desert, and I did not think that we would find a place like this.
No, but it's beautiful.
I really,
It's crazy that there's so much forestry like 2 miles away from complete nothing.
yeah, we were in the desert just a little bit ago, and now we're up here.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of lakes up here. I'm surprised that there's lakes up here.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
3 or more.
I wish that we could go explore everything, but we got to get home, so let's get back to the truck, guys,
Why do we have to go?
so that we can go home.
More.